Hey guys, it's Sukrit from STEM Coder. Today we're going to be going over the three elementary row operations, one of the most important topics in linear algebra. Now, we've talked about the echelon and the row echelon form so far, but there's another really interesting thing we need to talk about. The three elementary row operations. These are operations that you can perform on the rows of a matrix. I will talk about why these row operations are so important in future videos, but for now, let's just go over these three elementary row operations. I like to call them the three S's: sum, scale, and swap. The sum operation involves adding a multiple of one row to another row. So let's take this matrix. We have three rows: 1, 3, 1, 0, 6, 4, and 2, 1, 2. Those are our three rows. When I say that we can add a multiple of one row to the other, we can multiply all the elements in one row by a constant and add it to another row. So let's look at what's happening here. We are adding 2 times the first row to the second row. So that's why row 2 is becoming row 2 plus 2 times the first row. So you can see here, the second row is 0, 6, 4, 0, 6, 4, and the first row is 1, 3, 1. So what is 2 times the first row? 2, 6, 2. And I'm adding 2 times the first row to the second row. We get 2, 12, 6 in the end. So the second row, we've basically added 2 times the first row to the second row to get this matrix: 1, 3, 1, 2, 12, 6, 2, 1, 2. Let's go over another sum operation. Maybe why don't you perform a sum operation on this matrix? I'm going to add -1 times the third row to the first row. So our second and third rows are going to stay the same. And basically my first row is I'm going to add -1 times my third row. So what does that mean? So my first row is 1, 3, 1, and my third row times -1 is -2, -1, -2, and let's add them together. 1 plus -2 is -1, 3 plus -1 is 2, 1 plus -2 is -1. So I have added -1 times my third row to my first row. So now I have -1, 2, -1 in my first row. You can see sum operation, pretty simple, adding a multiple of one row to another. Let's go over to our second row operation, scaling. This is much simpler than summing. It simply means multiplying all elements in a row by a constant. So basically it's the second part of the sum operation. I'm simply multiplying all elements in a row by a constant. In this example, I multiply all elements in the third row by -4. So initially my third row was -4, -1, 4, -2. Now my third row is 4, -16, 8. Let's go over another example for the scale operation. For this matrix, let's multiply the first row by 2. So my second and third row are going to remain the same. So basically my row 1, I'm going to multiply it by 2. So my row 1 becomes 2 times row 1. So 4 times 2 is 8. 1 times 2, and 9 times 2, 18. Scale, really simple. Just multiply every element in a row by a constant factor. And now swap, probably the simplest and most self-explanatory row operation. You simply got to swap 2 rows. So in this matrix 2, 1, 4, -1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, I'm swapping row 1 and row 2. So now my new matrix, -1, 0, 0, 2, 1, 4, 0, 0, 1. You can see that I've swapped the first and the second row. Let's work out another example. From this matrix, I'm going to swap the second and the third row. So row 2 and row 3, I'm going to swap them. So what's going to be? Row 1 is going to remain unchanged, obviously. Row 2 is actually going to be a new row 3. So 2, 1, 4 goes down here. And row 2, 0, 0, 1. You can see that all I do is I swap 2 rows. So let's review our 3 elementary row operations. I can add a multiple of one row to another row, as you can see what I did here. I can multiply all elements in a row by a constant, so it's scaling, and swap. I can swap 2 rows. Now, in the future videos, we're going to talk about how to reduce matrices to echelon form. So basically, I'll give you a matrix, and using row operations, how to bring that matrix to echelon form. We're going to go over that in future videos. And we're going to talk about a lot of applications of row operations. Like I said, this is one of the most important topics in linear algebra. You'll be using row operations extensively from now on, not just to learn more theory, but also to solve practical problems. But for now, just remember sum, scale, swap. These are the three fundamental row operations. I hope you found this video helpful, and I look forward to seeing you in future lessons.